and welcome back to plot 30. Going to be a full weekend vlog this time. Going to keep checking in, going to try and get some paths in, bit more digging done, try and get as much as I can done depending on the weather. Weather forecast isn't great. Been clearing beds this week, burning some timber, the old rotten stuff, keeping the decking boards to try and reuse them in. Trimmed some of the raspberries back down at the front, got some of them trimmed, and stripped a load of fencing that I received to be reused. Got the fire going already, nice to keep us nice and warm. Round here, managed to find the floor around the side of the shed. Old playhouse was hidden under there, so that's all getting burnt, all rotten. So maybe try and get this cleared a bit more. So this is a bit of a rundown. Got a lot of the old trees burnt from up the top end. So I'll keep checking in as things go on. That's the first of the paths laid in. Got the bottom edge done. Starting the edging now. I think I'm going to need a few more flagstones by the time I get all the way up there. But nice and solid. I'm going to put the edges all the way along here, retain the soil. Better than the timber, which will rot over time. Got a couple of flags in here which will eventually work their way into there, and then it'll be a path all the way up this side as well, and the same on the other side. So I'm going to get back on with the edges now, start getting them set in so I can start getting this bed prepped up properly. And that's all the flags that I had left laid. First path in, first couple of flags into what's going to be the storage area. First flag in, that's going to run all the way to the top of the plot. Got the edgings in, block paving in a soldier course all the way around, all on site already, so it's cost us nothing, but I've run out of sand cement, so I can't bed any more down. Along the back I've put some of the curbstones in that were already on site as well, so those are all run along to cover that gap underneath the shed. Got some of the curbs on this side, and I've got the first flag on here which will run up the centre of the plot. All that old shed that I found's been burnt, that's all gone now. All the timber from around the sides burnt, still a bit more stuff to get rid of along here as well. But for the rest of today, what I think I'm going to do is start to clear this. Going to work my way through pots, trays, cells, canes, see what's any good, see what's rubbish, get rid of the rubbish, reuse what I can, and just try and get this top area cleared, try and get rid of some of this broken glass. Got that trimmed down today, that's been trimmed up a bit more, full of spikes, not very good for the kids. So that'll be it for the end of the day, which is Saturday, and I'll be back tomorrow. Sunday morning, weather's wet. Got me edges laid in. Going to try and see if I can get this side done today. Took up a bit of the block paving path last night. Laid a flag in just temporary. Up the top end of the garden I've managed to get around the side of the shed partially cleared, as you can see around here, around there. So that's all the timber gone, shed's all burnt, and managed to clear a lot of the rubbish that was down here. Salvaged a few pots, but that's all that was worth keeping down here. Still a bit of the broken glass to clear, top end. So that's update, and I'll see how we'll get on today with the weather. That's the end of Sunday. Managed to get a few more flags in up that way, lifted some of the block paving paths used for edging, trimmed up the raspberries, took out all the old growth, big pile of them. Managed to get all my edges in, up the edge of this front bed in front of the shed. That's all done. So that's the first path up there. Hoping to have them all like that in time. So I'll be back tomorrow, see what we can get done, try and get a bit more flags down, a bit more block paving lifted, get some of these black raspberries burnt. So back again tomorrow. Monday morning, another wet day again, so we're gonna already lifted some block paving, going to try and get a few more flags in up here. Try and get the curbs setting down this edge, and at this point is where the small path's going to go to split up. It's going to be that bed and eventually the bed there, and the paths will continue up here, and then there'll be another path roughly at this point coming through there. So going to get on the day, see what the weather lets we do, and I'll check back in soon. Well, that's the end of Monday. Flags all done up to where I can, up this way. Managed to get the raspberries all trimmed back, tidied up a little bit just to make it look a bit better. Been given a couple of clumps of rhubarb by one of the plot holders on here. So this area around here, if you look from that corner there back over to the far side, if you can see it, is going to be the first bed of 4 that size. Going to be 25 square meters each. Going to be done traditional way in rows. So that's going to be the main allotment area like that. So there'll be 2 on that side, eventually 2 on this side. And further up, it's been a bit of a change. I was talking to Danny from Grapevine Allotment, and I'll put his description below. He's got a good channel. Up this top end up here is going to actually now be for chickens. Going to start off with the 3, going to build the run and the coop. So this area up here is now going to be for that, which means further down, roughly from where this fence is, this area is going to now be for the fruit cage. And then in front of the fruit cage we're going to have a pond and the rhubarb patch. On the opposite side, once the polytunnel comes down, we're going to have 4 raised planters. I'm hoping to build in brick, which is going to be deep planters for carrots, and rotate them So carrots, and then the garlic will be in it, and then keep rotating them around so that we don't get any disease, keep the soil good. Started thinning these raspberries out. It's just full of weed, nettle, docks, all sorts in this. So I don't know what will happen with these. Might end up all just getting stripped out. There is that many raspberries on this site already. But that's pretty much the end of this weekend. Not as much as I was hoping to get done because of the weather, but managed to push on a little bit. And the bottom corner of the plot is starting to now look a lot better. So if you like and subscribe, be greatly appreciated, and I will be back next week for another video. Goodbye.